Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another video. It's that time again to do our preseason final record predictions. We're going to be taking an in-depth look at our USC Trojans 2025 college football team. We're going to completely break this roster down, look at the coaching, the offense, the defense, the pieces they added, the pieces they lost from last season, and try to predict their final record on the year, which games they might win, lose, what the final scores might be. First things first, though, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, do you agree with me, disagree with me? What are your thoughts on USC this season? What do you think their final record is going to be? Make sure to drop the comment below, and I will respond to every single comment that you leave. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, make sure to check out the pinned comment down there. Click on the link. You can sign up there. We have 3 tiers in total. If you sign up, guys, I would definitely appreciate it. College football season, it is about to begin. It's just around the corner. We go over every game every week. We do predictions. We do best bets, money lines, spreads, over-unders on every single matchup, college and NFL. So if you're a sports fan, if you're a football fan, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. So how about this USC Trojans football team? Obviously, a little bit of a letdown about the midway point of the season last year. They had to switch quarterbacks, and they had a lot of things that were not going right, but they also had some things that were going right. Specifically, what I'm talking about is the addition of D'Anton Lynn as the defense coordinator. The progress and the steps this team took forward from 2003 to 2004 were massive. A much improved physical defense, namely that front seven, that defensive line. They were getting after it, creating havoc in the backfield, tackles for a loss, sacks, quarterback pressures. They took those steps in 1 year. Now they have a full another season in the same scheme, in the same system. This defense is going to be even better this season. Lincoln Riley, with him on the offensive mind, in my personal opinion, I do think he is the best offensive mind in all of college football. If you give him a legit defense, who knows what kind of upsets this team could provide on the year. Looking at USC, obviously, you have Mayava taken over as the starting quarterback to start out this season. Obviously, he played some games last year. He's kind of a dual-threat quarterback. He's a passer first, but he's a mobile quarterback. Always keeps his eyes down the field, looking for the deep pass. That's what Lincoln Riley loves. He loves a quarterback that can extend plays out of the pocket, scramble, roll that pocket to the side, but they also have one of the better wide receiver cores in the nation. Some people are saying a top 5 overall wide receiver core with a quarterback who loves to take chances, loves to get aggressive, push the ball. You're definitely going to have the weapons in that wide receiver room. You are bringing back Strachan, Lane, Lemon. Lane and Lemon, 2 of the better wide receivers in all of college football. Each of these guys could have 1,000 yards on the season. The running back room is going to be deep this year, even deeper than last year. You have Wayman Jordan, you have Eli Sanders, a lot of weapons at the tight end position. You're going to be bringing over Lake McRae, lots of weapons with Lincoln Riley calling plays. There's still some question marks about the offensive line. How sturdy will they be in a very deep Big Ten conference, very physical conference, especially at the line of scrimmage? You have to have a deep offensive line. You have to lean on teams. You have to be able to come up, line up, run the ball, 3rd and short, 4th and short situations. Vegas is giving us what our odds are. Vegas has USC coming in here at 7.5 wins. That's that floor. That's that barrier of how we want to mark if this team's going to be successful or unsuccessful. 8 wins, they overachieved. 7 wins or less, they obviously underachieved. A lot of pressure on Lincoln Riley here to have a good season. Took a little bit of a step back last season, but the building blocks are there. The foundation has been set, and the way this team is recruiting, don't forget they have the number 1 recruiting class next season just waiting in the wings. Yes, they're not going to help them this season, but they want to make sure to have a strong year so that they can keep that team intact. Let's not waste any more time, though. Let's start running through this schedule game by game. You do want to start out the season with a couple of cupcakes. Just get everything ironed out, get the ball rolling, especially before you get in the Big Ten play. Saturday, August 30th versus Missouri State, making the leap here from FCS all the way to FBS Division I football. Missouri State, not a bad overall team. They went 8-4 last season. Very capable offense. Going to put a little bit of a test to the Trojans defense, but they are set. They have a lot of weapons back from last season. USC, Mayava with that wide receiver room. They're going to open up the floodgates here. They're going to step on their neck. You want to get that offense rolling because you're going to have some pretty good tests coming up at the midway point. USC is going to roll here 52-13, and they're starting out the season 1-0. And then game 2 is a little bit of a reunion game. Saturday, September 6th versus Georgia Southern. The head coach of Georgia and Southern is none other than Clay Helton, one of the predecessors here to Lincoln Riley, coached at USC. He was fired. He would love to get some revenge on the Trojans, and obviously the Trojans fans would love to get revenge on Clay Helton. Georgia Southern, pretty decent offense. They love to run the ball, but obviously you are running into that extremely aggressive USC front seven, which is going to be much deeper this season. They're going to own the line of scrimmage here, shut down the run, force them into third and long situations. They're going to win this game. I have the Trojans cruising to another win here, 38-14, and they're now 2-0 on the year. And I really like the first couple games here, the way that USC structured them. They're slowly getting a little more difficult leading up to Big Ten play. Saturday, September 13th at Purdue, going to play the Boilermakers at their school. Not the best year last year, not the best last couple years. They had a strong season about 3-4 years ago. They've kind of taken a couple steps back since then. The defense has been getting scorched. That's what Lincoln Riley loves to see. Look for the offense to control the pace of this game, especially on the ground. Mayava's going to have a big day here throwing, running the ball. I have USC winning this one 38-17, and they're now 3-0. And our second game in Big Ten play Saturday, September 20th versus Michigan State Spartans. Obviously, Michigan State, not the best season last year, but Jonathan Smith taking over the team last year, had to completely flip the roster, had to bring in a lot of new pieces here. He will continue to do so this season. They have Aiden Childs returning at the quarterback position. He was a 5-star quarterback coming out of high school. A lot of praise for him here. He's making some big bucks in the NIL. He will be better than he was last season. He had an okay year last year. He had some touchdowns, a lot of turnovers. Has to get the turnovers down, but obviously there's a massive talent disparity here. I have the Trojans winning this game. I have them cruising here, but this will be the most difficult game up to this point of the season. It will only get more and more difficult from here. I have USC winning this one, but I do think it's going to be a lower scoring close game. They win it 27-20, and they're 4-0 undefeated. And then the first real true test of the season, where at least you have a talent on talent par team, Saturday, September 27th at Illinois, going to Illinois to play the Fighting Illini. They're coming in here with a lot of praise, a lot of hype this season. Some people are saying that they are the 2025 version of Indiana last year. Pretty easy schedule, physical team, Brent Bielema team. They are old school smash mouth style football team. They're going to win off of special teams, running the ball, defense, very physical defense. They want to win the game at the line of scrimmage. They are built from the offensive and defensive line, from the middle, from the inside out. But USC can also compete in the trenches here, but they're going to be sucking up clock, playing time of possession football, keeping the ball out of Lincoln Riley and that offense's hands. They have Luke Altmaier coming back at the quarterback position, a experienced veteran quarterback here. He had a really good year last year, 2,800 yards, 22 touchdowns, only like 6 or 7 picks, elite numbers. They're going to have a really good run game. They're going to have a very good top 25, top 30 easily defense. They're going to be physical here. The first true test for Mayava, if he doesn't have a good game, this team will go as far as the quarterback position, because at the end of the day, you need that to win the big games, the elite games in the Big Ten. Illinois might be a top 10 team at this point of the season. I have the Trojans dropping the real true test of the season, but using this as a building block going forward. USC drops this one, but it's a close game. 27-24, the Fighting Illini win. USC is 4-1. Trojans fans, no reason to panic. It might get a little worse as the season goes along, but overall, it's going to be a good year. And then you follow that very physical game up with probably an even more physical game, but you learn a lot from those close losses here. Saturday, October 11th versus the Michigan Wolverines. USC would love to beat this team. A lot of Big Ten fans saying that USC was not able to compete in the Big Ten in the trenches last season. Hopefully last season proved those people wrong. USC will continue to build out at the line of scrimmage here. Bryce Underwood could be a true freshman starting for the Wolverines. That's a tall task to ask for a true freshman to go and navigate a Big 12 schedule, especially for a brand the size of Michigan. They're going to have a great defense. They showed to finish last season. They beat the crap out of the Buckeyes. They beat the crap out of Alabama. They pushed both those teams around at the line of scrimmage. Two very talented top 5, top 3 overall rosters in college football. They showed they can beat up with them. This is a Sharon Moore team. They're going to be running the ball. They're going to be running the ball downhill. They're going to lean on you for 4 quarters. You don't have to compete with them. Not 1, not 2, not 3. 4 quarters of smash mouth physical style football. But I think USC and their offense is going to be able to score just enough points here. Coming off that loss, things could really unravel quickly after the Illinois game, because this is another physical game. And next week is another physical game. And after that, another physical game. The schedule gets very difficult here. You have to pull out at least half of these games to have a respectable record at the end of the season. I have USC beating Michigan in Los Angeles. They win this one. Lower scoring game still. They win it 27-23, a 1-possession win, very close game, and they are 5-1. And then another really physical game. This is the brutal stretch of this schedule. They're going to be really wore out, really tired after this. Saturday, October 18th at Notre Dame. Going to Notre Dame, very difficult place to play. It's going to be cold here. You're going to be going up against two young quarterbacks. Could be CJ Carr, could be Minchie. We don't know yet. One likes to vertically push the ball. One loves to run the ball. Notre Dame, they're going to have a good defense. They had a top 3 defense, the number 3 defense in the nation last season. Yes, they're replacing their defensive coordinator, but they still have Den Brock as the offense coordinator. They are a run-first, run-heavy team. They're going to be coming after you. Chris Ash calling plays on the defensive side. They're going to have a really good wide receiver core. Great house. Faison, they're still back. A lot of questions about the quarterback position, but at this point of the season, they will have had a lot of reps under their belt. They will have worked out a lot of those kinks. They should be a much better team. This has been a very close game the last couple seasons. These teams play very hard versus one another. You guys can call me crazy here, but I'm going to go with USC going on the road and beating Notre Dame in a little bit of a shootout. They win this one 34-30. USC is 6-1, but like I said, they are wore out after that last 3-week stretch. And then Nebraska might not be as physical as Notre Dame, but one of the most physical teams in the country. Obviously, really good coaching staff. Rule is a hard-nosed, old-school style football coach, wants to be physical, wants to control a line of scrimmage, wants to control the ground game. He's going to have a better offensive mind calling plays. That should honestly work wonders for Dylan Raiola. Look for him to be a much better passer this season. The run game's going to get going, but to me, it's going to be the Nebraska defense that's really going to carry this team. As far as Nebraska goes, it's going to be where their defense can carry them. Raiola making the plays when you need to make the plays, completing passes on 3rd and long situations. Nebraska here coming on the road to USC. It's going to be a fun place to play. Both these teams could potentially even be top 25 teams at this point of the season. After that 3-game stretch, I do think USC is just a little bit wore out. Schedule does start to take its toll on here. They don't have the full depth yet. They will have it next season with the class that they're bringing in. They'll be really good, the 2, the 3 strings. But I'm going to go with Nebraska winning this game, but I do think, again, it's going to be a close one. USC had a lot of very close losses last season. They might have a couple close ones this year. Nebraska wins on the road 28-24, and USC is 6-2. And let's honestly just call this next one what it is. Saturday, November 8th versus Northwestern. This should be a gimme cupcake game. Sometimes Northwestern surprise you. Preston Stone transferring over as the starting quarterback. He has a lot of reps under his belt from his SMU days. But USC coming off the loss. You want to rebound here. Want to get a strong win. It's still a Big Ten conference win. I have USC winning this one pretty handedly. 37-20. And they're 7-2. And then coming off that win, another extremely physical game Saturday, November 15th versus the Iowa Hawkeyes. This is kind of a under-the-radar team. You never know what to expect from the Hawkeyes because they're always going to have a good defense. Sometimes they have a top 10 overall defense. They always have top 10 special teams. They're always physical. They always are a very disciplined team. Kirk Ferentz, one of the longest tenured coaches in the country. If he just for the love of God had a modern-day offense, this would be a playoff-caliber squad every single season. Loaded with 3 stars, he gets the most out of the talent on this team on the defensive and special team side. Definitely not the offense, but they finally maybe have a quarterback who can get them some first downs. Gronowski coming over from South Dakota State, very accomplished quarterback at the number 2 level. He's a mobile, dual-threat quarterback. He's going to take chances, push the ball down the field. He's going to use his legs here. If he can run the way that Iowa loves to run the ball, they are going to suck up so much clock, 10 to 12-minute possessions every single time they have the ball. I think they're going to keep the ball out of USC's hands, and USC, with the second half gauntlet of this schedule, they might be a little banged up here, so Iowa can take advantage of that. I have the Hawkeyes winning this one 24-17, and the Trojans drop down to 7-3. And another team that we just don't know that much about at the quarterback position because they're going to also have a new starter here. Saturday, November 22nd at Oregon, a team that USC is very, very familiar with from their Pac-12 days. This is going to be a good game. This is going to be a fun game, a true Pac-12/Big Ten game. Oregon, one of the most talented teams in the country, but you have Dante Moore taken over as the quarterback. 5-star guy coming out of high school, but haven't seen that much of him in the Oregon Ducks uniform. But obviously, loaded roster. Great offensive line, great offense, great wide receiver weapons. Running back, they had a great defense. They had a top 20 offense last season, a top 25 defense. They are skilled at every single position. They are the deeper team here than USC, but we haven't seen much from Dante Moore as of yet preseason-wise right now. We will know a lot more about him once we get to the end of this season, so we'll have more clues, more details looking into this game, but just looking at the rosters right now, with this game being at Oregon, with Oregon having an easier schedule than USC, with USC just having run the gauntlet here of back-to-back physical top 25 matchups. I have USC dropping this one, but this has the probability to be a high-scoring shootout. Whoever has the ball last might very well win this game. Could be a missed field goal to end the game that closes it out, but either way, it's going to be a one-possession game. USC drops this one 33-30, and they are 7-4. They need to win the last game of the year. And the last game of the season, none other than your rival from right across the way here. You're going to be looking at Saturday, November 29th versus the UCLA Bruins, a California versus California matchup. UCLA also bringing over a brand new quarterback, Nico Imaliava, coming over from Tennessee. Last minute transfer, obviously much better than what they had, but he did not show out last season with a very skilled group of wide receivers, running back, offensive line, a top 10 defense. He wasn't showing out, putting up stats, but maybe he'll show you what he was truly capable of, being a 5-star top 3 quarterback coming out of the high school ranks. UCLA, actually a very competitive team last season. Not a good team, but under the radar competitive. If you didn't take them seriously, they always had the possibility of upsetting you. USC, Lincoln Riley, just make sure to keep your eyes on the prize, overachieving this season, having a respectable season, maintaining that number 1 class for next year, and you'll finish on a high note here and maintain that recruiting class coming in and really set up for a big 26 season. I have USC rolling here. They win this one 38-24. I have the USC Trojans finishing the regular season 8-4. Don't forget, Vegas had them at 7.5 wins, so this would be overachieving on the season with the possibility of getting a bowl game, winning that, and getting to 9 wins, finishing the season with a 9-4 record, which would be really good leading up to next year. Guys, that's our breakdown of the 2025 USC Trojans. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, you agree, disagree, what are your thoughts on the USC record this year? Make sure to drop it below, and I will respond to every single comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, make sure to check out the pinned comment down below. Click on that link. You can sign up there, and I would definitely appreciate it. And, of course, as always, thank you for watching.